everybody. It's Sophie and Marco. Dish out on the movies, TV, and sometimes a few books, maybe. I'm still sick, but we're trying to plug along because life moves on. So, we're starting today with Stepfather 2, which is the sequel to the horror thriller Stepfather 1 and premiered in 1989, starring Terry O'Quinn, Meg Foster, Caroline Williams, Jonathan Brandis, and Henry Brown. Unlike Sleepaway Camp, we get to see what happens when a killer gets caught and is committed to a mental facility. But is Jerry, the killer from Stepfather 1, going to be there forever? Or be rehabbed and get out? Because he's smarter than the smartest staff there at this institution, he manages to escape and takes a few lives with him on the way out. Soon he changes his name to Dr. Joseph Danvers, who I believe is one of the people who worked at the mental facility. Now he is facilitating a support group for divorced women. During his transition from Jerry to Dr. Danvers, he watched an ad on a local TV station and spotted. Okay, wait a minute. He saw an ad for a local real estate agency and a piece of property that he'd be interested in and bought a house. Meg Foster sold him the house where he's holding the support group. Of course, she is a single divorced woman with a middle school boy and is part of the doctor support group too. Meg thinks he's the greatest, but her best friend, who is also in the group, thinks Jerry should be called Dr. Strange. Sorry I got a little messed up there, but anyway, instead of a horror movie, this is more like a serial killer thriller, except the police are never around to investigate, or they rarely show any investigation. I guess that's why it's a horror movie. And as in the other Stepfather movie, the sequel reminded me of geometry. Two right angles joined together. The path is clear. The outcome is not. Now, do you want me to rate it now, or do you want to talk about it?
No, we're going to talk about it first.
Okay. All right.
Jesus. Okay, so I had a lot of expectations going into this movie, and people tell you not to have expectations
about anything.
But the first one was so good, I just don't know what happened with this one. It seems like they just took the money and blew it on getting
Meg Foster.
Yeah, Meg Foster and Caroline Williams and all the other actors. It doesn't feel like they used the money properly, and it really shows that the budget really shows where they put the money. They didn't put it into sound or effects or story or getting an actual good script writer. They put it just into these glamorous actors who need attention. And I had a fun time with this movie, but for the most part it was quite boring.
Well, I think too that the first one had, the first one at the beginning, they showed him leaving the house where people had been murdered, or he just murdered them. Then he went on this boat, well, it was a ferry, because he's out west in Washington, where they take a lot of ferries. He finds another family. And then, they get along great, and they don't, and then they show him moving on to finding another family. So it's like, it really keeps you on your toes, and there's
this
a
one
lot.
doesn't.
There's only one. He gets, well, there's a lot because it starts out in a mental institution.
And
And
that part's pretty boring too.
They've spent a few, a little while on that.
They had this dark. I mean, the lighting was terrible.
Well, I thought it was goofy.
It was. It all looked like it was filmed on a soundstage. Like
Well,
the light, just such artificial darkness everywhere, and these weird blue colors, and they didn't really give him any backstory.
there's no backstory ever.
They didn't give any There's no police around apparently,
No.
because in the first one there's idiot police who, they don't know where to catch this guy because he's so good, and then there's the vigilante obviously, but in this one there's nothing, and the guy who plays the stepfather, Terry, is still great. But other than that, I really don't care for this movie compared to the first one, and I refuse to even acknowledge the third one exists.
Well, I don't know. I didn't see the third one, but the problem too, the mental institution stuff is bull.
Pointless.
Well, it's bull. And I could say a lot worse things because they trust him and act like, I mean, the guy's a serial killer. He's killed who knows how many people. We're not even sure. We never get a backstory.
Well, yeah, they did. They said that. I think they said that he killed they gave the number for the amount of other families because they didn't know, because he didn't confess to anything, so they had to figure it out themselves.
Okay.
And
well, I missed that.
so he probably has killed even more families than they know.
So, in other words, they do know he's killed multiple people. So why would they be lax about how they acted around him? And so all that stuff's, I mean, that's all goofy. And so, of course, he kills them. They're stupid.
Yeah.
He takes advantage of their stupidity.
Well,
I mean, it just makes no sense. I
the
worked in the
security
mental health
guard-
department, so I know what it's like.
The security guard wasn't stupid. He knew that the warden was being a dipshit, and he was ready to get in there and beat him up because he knew that he was a bad guy. And
He's dangerous. It isn't that he's bad. He's just dangerous, and he's smart. So,
well, he's smart, and he changes his personality at the drop of a hat. And the ending of this movie, I thought was very open-ended, and it thought that it was being really clever and climactic, but I was underwhelmed, and I didn't like how. Did you like the ending with that wedding thing with the, like all the evidence is just brought in and just all at once, it's just, there's no build up to it at all, it's just suddenly, oh, this happened and this happened.
actually, I liked it because, well, I don't think we're doing the spoiler thing yet.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I liked it. It was a little bit. At what happened at the very, 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 very end? The mother, Meg Foster, and her son just walk out to the. Well, we can't even say that either. But
Jesus, Sophie.
well, anyway, I liked it.
Stop. You want to redo all of this?
No.
Okay. Well, let's rate it now because we're getting a little mouthy about the movie.
Well, the problem is it went very quick.
Yeah.
And there's only one family involved.
It was boring.
Okay, well, for me, part of the problem I had with this movie is there's no backstory.
You've already said that.
Which makes the whole movie feel incomplete.
We should rate it now.
It moved very fast and was scary, and Terry O'Quinn played a very convincing serial
Stop
killer.
reading off your script. Let's
So
rate
I give this movie a bowl of chili without the crackers.
Well, I give this movie a plain ham and cheese sandwich on wheat bread because that's as ordinary and generic as this movie is. And you can't make a movie better simply by hiring actors that who've been in other things before. I mean, that's just not how it works. Uh, the actors, whatever you need for the movie should be what you get for the movie, and you shouldn't just. It seems like they were looking through a magazine and they're like, oh, who's the top actors right now? Oh, let's pick out her and her and her and oh, because they're really popular right now, so we'll make some money. Alright, well, now's the spoiler time. So get out if you haven't seen this movie. So with the ending, I didn't like how they're in the dressing room of the wedding and just suddenly out of the blue all the evidence conveniently falls into place for her to figure it out. Whereas in the first Stepfather, she was figuring out all along and she was questioning all along. With this one, she was just an idiot.
Yeah, she was delusional, and her friend was trying to tell her, and she had no evidence whatsoever, but she had a feeling,
But she was right.
and she was right. And her friend, she didn't listen to her friend, and it happened to be that, well, I won't say because I don't want to be
It's
too
spoilers
spoily.
now.
I
means
know
people
that.
who've already seen the movie.
Okay, well, her friend gave her some special alcohol that was very unusual, and she recognized it, and he brought it over there uh, the night she was killed, and she put two and two together that he had killed her friend. And then at the end, I mean, they're about to get married. Everybody's in the the church, and I mean everybody's all dressed, and there's a minister.
There's only 2 kills in the whole movie, by the way. Wait, 4.
No, wait, there's people at the beginning at the mental institution.
Three or 4, and they're all pretty lame and tame.
Well, I don't care about that, I guess, but
When you
I
watch
thought
a
it was
horror
actually I
movie,
thought it was funny.
when you watch a horror movie, you're expecting spectacular kills. Like in Halloween, when he takes that boyfriend and he mounts him against the wall with his knife or against the fridge. I mean, that's like perfect. But in this movie, oh yeah, I strangled her and then I put her I placed her to where it looked like she killed herself. Ooh, I'm so clever. And then you had the whole whistling thing that I don't
Oh
know
yeah,
how.
I forgot about that.
You should count how many times he whistles that song, and
Camptown Races. That song.
why does he think that he's okay to whistle that song when people know that that's him?
And especially when nobody whistles that song. I mean,
Unless you're an old person.
no, has nothing to do with being old. Nobody whistles that song. I mean,
It's also a
why
copy.
would they do that?
It's a copy of one of the greatest serial killer movies of all time called M. And in M, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen M, the killer is caught because he whistled the same song that he did while he was buying the little girl that he killed a balloon. So the balloon guy knew that it was him because of the song that he whistled twice. And it's the same thing in this movie, so I feel like it's a little copycat-ish, a little cheap way to find out that he's the killer.
Well, I thought it was hilarious. At the very end, the woman Meg and her son come in there all bloody and gross looking. They come into the church. Everybody's waiting to see her get married, and they come in all bloody, and they don't show Jerry.
Yeah, they do.
Well, they don't
They
show him
show him.
coming in the church.
Well, they show him crawling, and then he says, "Till death do us part." And he falls on top of the cake, and the couple on the cake breaks, and it's so cheesy, and he's like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
And another thing, this is one of the only movies he actually spoke the subtitle of the movie. The subtitle of the movie is called Stepfather 2, Make Room for Daddy. And so
Oh.
when he's killing the boyfriend, he's like, "Make room for Daddy," and he stabs him.
Oh.
And then he had that line about, "I had sex with you," like he didn't even want to have sex with her, and he used that against her as like a tool to get her to. It it shows a lot about her character. She can just be distracted by that.
Okay, so we agree that probably you'd say that the second one, the sequel, is not as good as the first one,
It's nowhere near as good as the first.
and that one of the major problems with both is there's no backstory.
No, I don't-
Why is he like
It
this?
doesn't matter in the first one. It matters in the second one.
Yeah, but I mean, there's little hints here and there. It has something to do with the way he grew up, but you never find out what it is. It's kept a secret. I don't like that because why are you, the audience, supposed to write the story for them? It's supposed to be there. They could just give a couple of more hints or elaborate a little. They don't have to do a lot, and they don't do it. And it just drives me crazy. And it moved very fast, and I thought the
And-
end was funny.
Okay, so
But it's not as good as the first one.
anything else?
No.
Okay.